What's cooking, good looking? Welcome back to Good Soup. Today we're making a dish I saw on TikTok. It's called pickle soup. So let's get started. First, we have to dice 3 potatoes and get it boiling. Now that the water's boiling, we're gonna put in the potatoes. There might be some spillage. Slight spillage over here, but don't worry about it. We're all safe. Maybe. So now that the potatoes are in the water, we're gonna let it boil for about 20 minutes. So we'll be back. Okay, so in this bowl, I've pre-cut 2 carrots, 2 stalks of celery, and half an onion. And then I threw in a little bit of garlic. So with the garlic, measure with your heart. Because everyone loves garlic. If you don't, I don't know, get some help, maybe? I don't know. So we're gonna get this on the stove and get it translucent. So while you have your potatoes boiling, you want to start on your vegetables. So we're putting them in the pan, and then we're gonna cook them until they are translucent. The celery's still pretty hard, so and no one likes hard celery in their soup. That's just gross. You don't want to be crunching down on some soup. You want to be able to just slurp it up. So once that's translucent, you just add a little bit of olive oil, however much you're feeling, however much you think is good. So now that we got the vegetables nice and translucent, we're gonna add a bit of olive oil to it. And with this, you kind of measure with how much you think is right. You can't go wrong. Once the olive oil is added, you want to add 2 tablespoons of butter and 4 tablespoons of flour. So then we're gonna mix that up a little bit. And then once that has been mixed a bit, we're gonna add the 4 tablespoons of flour and 2 tablespoons of butter into the mix. And then we gotta mix that up, get the butter melted, and then we'll start adding more ingredients to it. So once that is all mixed in, you want to start incorporating your broth. It's going to be about 6 cups, but you don't want to add it all at once. So now that all that has been mixed in, we're going to start adding our broth in. It's going to be about 6 cups, but make sure you don't add it all at once. Add it slowly in, stirring as you go, and just making sure it's nice and good. You hear that? Sizzling stopped. It's a good sign of soup. So once all your broth is incorporated in, you're gonna wanna add back the potatoes. So now that we have all the broth incorporated, we're gonna add in the potatoes, which do this very carefully. Don't wanna splash yourself, burn, because it's gonna be kinda hot. Careful, the potatoes might be a little heavy. Also, it just depends on what kind of pot you're using for the potatoes. Mine, kind of big. So once your potatoes are added in, you're gonna wanna add in a heaping cup of dill pickles, 2 bay leaves, some fresh dill, some sprigs of fresh thyme, and a half a cup of pickle juice. But for the thyme and the dill, I don't have fresh, so I just went with some regular old dried stuff. And with that, you want to cut back a little bit because it's a little stronger. So for the dill, I did about 1.5 teaspoons, and then for the thyme, I did 1 teaspoon. Okay, so now that the potatoes are added, we're gonna mix them up a little bit, and then we're gonna be adding in our chopped pickles and dill pickle juice straight into the soup. Be careful this doesn't splash too. There's a lot of little bits. Nope, that's gross. You get what I mean, you know? But now we're gonna add in the 2 bay leaves, the dill, and fresh thyme. Then we're gonna stir that up quick. And then once that's all stirred, we're gonna put a lid on it and let it simmer for about 20 to 30 minutes.
Do you know?
So now that the soup has simmered for about 20 minutes, we're gonna add 1 cup of your cheese of your choosing, I guess. Just make sure it melts pretty easily, and then we're also gonna add half a cup of heavy cream. And let that melt, and then it's ready to serve. So once all that's added in, just gonna do a quick little taste test. That's some good soup. Now I'm gonna take some in and bring it to some friends. So thanks for tuning in, but for now, that's it. Go make yourself some soup because this stuff is good. I'm gonna need you guys to calm down a bit. Thank you.
Attention, pickle girls and gorgeous soup girls. We're going to be making pickle soup. I know it sounds a little strange, but it's a Russian and Polish dish. I grew up eating it and it is so delicious. Dice 3 potatoes and boil for 20 minutes. Chop 2 carrots, 2 stalks of celery, 1 onion and some garlic, a healthy glug of olive oil. Once translucent, add 2 tablespoons of butter and 4 tablespoons of AP flour. Once that's mixed, start to incorporate your broth. You can use chicken or vegetables, 6 cups, but don't add it all at once. Add your potatoes back into your soup, a heaping cup of chopped dill pickles, 2 bay leaves, half a bunch of fresh dill, and some sprigs of fresh thyme, half of a cup of pickle juice, and simmer for 20 to 30 minutes. Use 1 cup of Havarti and half of a cup of heavy cream. Some people like to substitute for sour cream, and it's ready to go just like this. I'm going to dress it just a little bit more because I'm extra. Top with heavy cream, sriracha, and some fresh dill. Thank me later for this PSA.